I apologize, I've been an idiot and I left the microphone muted, so there we go. I have to re-record this instead. Anyway, so, continuing on. Continuing on, we have got the, yeah. Gotta apologize to the chat before they try and take my head off. Off with his head! Idiot caster. Okay, there we go. Tinker, though, the next pick for Pulse. Pulse, interesting choice. I haven't seen them play Tinker before. It was I think it was effective last match. Of course, March Machine's really frustrating stuff to walk into. It's strong in the push, strong in the gank, and I thought we'd see a laser rocket pick there from Tinker, and then he'd just fly around going a lot of ganks. That said, though, Tinker was fairly passive last match. Did not really get active. I really thought he was going to charge around the map with Bounty Hunter and try and just lay the smack down about, just slap people about and just take those kills, get the snowball rolling with Bounty Hunter. But in the end, didn't happen. Maybe you can visit Excellent Academy with LD. Apparently LD is guilty of this as well. Oops. Oops. Anyway. Continuing on. Rubik, though, like I said, likely to get banned in that second phase. So they're going to pick up a lot of support heroes here. And this is going to leave Pulse fairly starved support-wise. Pulse might actually just go for a flat-out jungle this time around. We'll see in a second. Chen and Enchantress still on the board there, although Chen and Enchantress we're seeing less and less. It's become less about attrition and more just about burst damage from teams. They tend to just play that at just burst damage. Although that said, we are looking at two very aggressive. In fact, I'm going to say this much: look, and in Premier League pool currently in the team pool, a lot of these teams are well known for their hyper aggressive play. And Chen doesn't really fit into that play style. They're all really aggressive gank style oriented teams. So I think this is why we don't see a lot of those sort of more passive junglers. Although every now and then though, we do see Enchantress get picked up for the old machine gun build. But that's it. Less about the push and support. And there we go. Continuing with the bans. Virtus.Pro actually decided to ban out the Broodmother. Now, I don't know where they would have put the Broodmother, to be honest. I mean, we've already got Bounty Hunter, needs farm. Darkseer, I suppose, could have jungled. Tinker, solo mid. Bounty Hunter, Suicide solo, maybe even Safe Lane solo, and then a Broodmother in there. But I feel like that would have been a really passive lineup there. And on the other hand, Virtus.Pro, they have got the AoE to deal. They've got the AoE to deal with the Spinelings as well. They've got Iron Titan there, can spam Anchor Smash. Kiro as well, at a pinch, can also just burn them down. Ice Path and Dual Breath can get rid of Spinelings fairly efficiently as well. And now we've also got Mirana being banned out by Virtus.Pro. Bit of a respect ban there. Again, I still think it'd be very hard to work in for Pulse, but they obviously, Pinoy, once he gets his farm happening with Mirana, they didn't really interrupt it that much either. Pinoy was left alone with his Midas doing whatever the hell he felt like. And in the end, they bit them in the arse there. Virtus.Pro did not enjoy that at all. Chaos Knight, the final ban though by Pulse. Pulse also getting rid of the Tiny as well. Virtus.Pro, though, going for their own global presence there with Nature's Prophet, so they're going to have their own global TPer who's able to move around on the map. I'm going to say, though, this much. Tinker is probably the stronger of the two, just because he doesn't push quite as fast. Obviously, he doesn't knock in the tower quite as fast, but if they end up clashing and TPing and just dueling over towers, Tinker is going to have the advantage, just because once he gets his items up and running, he's going to be quite nasty indeed.
5 seconds remaining.
And now Pulse, though, what are they going to go with for their fourth pick, rather? They really need some support. There we go, Leshrac being picked up. I feel like they really want another support, though. They've got a lot of money-hungry heroes there. Tinker already, Bounty Hunter as well, likely to be suiciding. Darkseer already. I think Darkseer may be a jungler this time round. Unless they're planning for a safe lane Bounty Hunter, which would be somewhat odd, but doable, I think. Definitely doable. And now the fifth pick here for Virtus.Pro. They've already got their support sorted out. Jakiro there, Tidehunter. Nature's Prophet could be a suicide at this point. In fact, I think he even might be.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll see what the final pick for VP is. I'm not dead sure where they're going with it, though. Although there could be actually be the Tidehunter could be a farmer, actually. They could well have Tidehunter either as a suicide or a farmer. He does get used that role. And there we go. Storm Spirit being picked up. I think it's going to be Storm Spirit safe lane, backed up by Tidehunter and Jakiro. They'll be farming and pulling from the jungle. Nature's Prophet in the suicide lane, and then Templar Assassin in the solo mid role. Now, Templar Assassin, they're going to send something annoying against her. In fact, I think it's going to be the Tinker. They're just going to harass her. He's just going to, every time she steps in, he's just going to throw March Machines at her and just generally be a bit of a douchebag about that. But the final pick here for Pulse, they do want another support, I feel.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's see what the final pick is indeed.
Reserve time.
Oh, they've got 20 seconds left. They've got time to sort this one out, but I'm just looking at Venomancer. They've got Venomancer left. They've got... No, Rubik is banned. Sakura's already picked up, so I mean, they've got the Venomancer left. They want to go for that, but I feel like they could do with another stun. They're kind of light on stuns and CC at the moment. And you look at the disables there on Virtus.Pro side. Obviously, they've got Tidehunter, they've got Jakiro, they've got Storm Spirit. That could be a bit of an issue. They might want another stun. They pick up the Lich instead, so there's their other spot. And Lich is a hero that we don't see all that often in the support role. And I think it's just mostly because they tend to gravitate towards supports that have really strong disables. Lich is slow, is not fantastic. His ult is obviously game breaking in fights, but yeah, I don't know about that much. Especially when we've got Nature's Prophet, we're spawning minions into the fight, so it may not be as effective as they hoped. But we'll see. And obviously also with a hero like Storm Spirit, who's able to juke, who's able to grab the Chain Frost, the aggro from the Chain Frost, and just take it away from the fight. His mobility hero. So it looks like I think they're mostly picking the Lich for his deny aspect and his lane control aspect. I think that's where they're going with him. That said, I'm really not in love with it though. I think Lich is not a very common pick for a good reason. It's just the fact that they need the stuns and disables on these supports to control the lane effectively. But anyway, let's go over the hero players and all that sort of stuff. So we've got Airman on the Radiant side for Virtus.Pro, Airman playing Storm Spirit, Chaos on Nature's Prophet, XXX playing Templar Assassin, Bandit on the Tidehunter. Interesting. They might actually have a Suicide Solo Tidehunter, because Bandit's normally their Suicide Solo. NS on the Jakiro, obvious support there. KSI I think is going to be mostly jungle. We saw last match he was pulling with the Omni Knight. Meanwhile, Wagamama. Wait a minute. Wagamama on the Lich. This could actually be a Suicide Solo. This is going way back. I have not seen this I think since maybe March, February this year. This is really, really an old school build, and unfortunately Lich is in danger of being picked. In fact, nope, sees him in time and backs up, has opened up with boots, has also I think been pulled some items. But anyway, let's go over the Pulse picks. We've got Mini playing the Dark Hero with jungling, Wagamama on the Lich, Pinoy playing Tinker, Rishon on the Bounty Hunter, and Fishbone playing Leshrac. Fishbone's a support, Rishon's a carry player. I think this means we've got a carry Bounty, or Bounty Hunter will be a primary farmer here, the carry sort of semi-carry player. He's going to be farming up here in the safe lane, backed up by Fishbone, who's going to be basically helping him out with the support role. Mini's going to be mostly focused on his own farm in the jungle. And then, of course, Pinoy taking the solo mid there with Tinker. Definitely a little bit different on these suicide picks indeed. I was not expecting the Tidehunter to take the suicide solo, but I guess it's viable. It's a viable choice, especially since these guys be mostly dual laning, and they've only got one good stun between them. But however he does get caught out, he will be in some trouble. As apparently Pinoy would like. A shout out to Ma, whoever that is. I think essentially they were hoping Lich could just slow down this as well. They were expecting a trial end down here. It's not really a trial end though, because Tidehunter, like I think they might have been tricked though. They thought Tidehunter was coming down here to back up the trial lane, and then Nature's Prophet was going to take the safe lane. What's going to happen is that basically Tidehunter is going to go to the suicide lane. Nature's Prophet is going to farm himself in the jungle, mostly like how Mini is doing the same deal over there. So I want to shout out to some other guys, to Russia apparently as well. But what they were hoping for was for a trial lane to be down here, and for Lich to be stealing experience of that trial lane, to basically denying 25% of the experience coming down that lane to that trial and slowing them down by quite a bit. But as it is, they're mostly going to be split up. In this case, Bandit's going to be in the safe lane, in the suicide lane. Nature's Prophet going to be jungling, and then I believe, obviously, Jakiro is going to focus mostly on pulling. He's not really going to come out to lane and leech that much, especially since it's going to be an easy lane Storm Spirit though. Is somewhat level dependent. We'll see if he can handle it or if he can't. He will slow him down a little bit, but I don't think it'll be anything critical. And there we go. Nature's Prophet. KSI finally managed to return the match here. I really don't know about the Lich ult. I don't think it's going to be particularly effective. He's really going to have to time it right. Between the treants popping out, refraction, and then of course Storm Spirit being able to drag it away from the fight, it's going to be very difficult to time a good ult. And he's going to lose a lot of bounces, I feel. Okay, still need a second here as KSI possibly still having connection issues. Okay, Gandrin asking, how does Lich have all these items? Basically, not all these items belong to him. Basically, he's probably just bought the boots and the mana pot and the iron branch. His teammates have then given him the observer ward and the tangos. They've pulled him those items. Remember, you can give consumables to other people. It's one of the few items that you can do that with. Also, some of the lighter regen items as well. Tinker actually not rushing the bottle quite that hard. Had saved up 100 gold, but for the most part, he will be CSing his way towards the early bottle. On the other hand, Templar Assassin rushing hers. A very stock standard eco build, 3 GG branches, and then 1 set of tangos.
Haste.
See, they've already found the trees. They're trying to pick up these trees. Basically, what Nature's Prophet's trying to do is trying to jack this creep wave, or at least hold it up for a bit. And if he can do this, what will happen is his creep wave ends up under the tower, but I don't think he really succeeded. In fact, he might have actually just harmed himself more than anything else. We'll see. If they meet around about here, he's screwed up. If they can go under the tower, which they just might. Yes, they are under the tower, so it has succeeded. And this will push the creep wave back towards his area over here. It'll make it much safer for him to farm. For Bandit to farm here. Bandit's just going to wait for that second wave. He doesn't want to do it just yet. Didn't get any blocking wards down though, so as we can see, in fact, it may not even matter in the end there, because as you can see, Darkseer is just going to pull all of these creep non-stop, and this is going to deny a lot of experience. Meanwhile, Lich mostly focusing on stacking Ancients here. See Bounty Hunter just going to go toe-to-toe with Titan for the moment. Titan for the moment though is going to have the advantage over Bounty Hunter with Anchor Smash there. Meanwhile, Lich, for the most part, is feeling okay about this. Of course, his lane control allows him to drop this back. And the thing is, this tri-lane, or rather dual lane, is not that offensive. Against a really hard tri-lane, like if he was up against, say, a Chaos Knight, a Lina, and a Keeper of Light, Lich would be screwed. There would be nothing he could do about that, and he would have to run the hell away. But in this situation, he's 1v1 against Storm Spirit at the moment. Even if Jakiro shows up, it's going to be 2v1. It's not too bad. He can probably deal with that, especially since he has early boots. And he should be able to stay in that lane. Now, maybe if Nature's Prophet shows up, he might struggle just a bit, but for the moment, it's going to be just fine. And there we go. You throw a blocking. Yes, he is. I think he's realised what Lich is up to. They've noticed Lich is disappearing frequently, and they figured, there we go, he's probably stacking Ancients. And they're going to make most of those not happen. She's going to have to get down there with the counter ward to remove it now if he wants it back. Meanwhile, top lane, we have Bounty Hunter 8 and 3 versus a 5 and 0 Tide Hunter. Pinoy in the mid lane. Bottle, is it shuttle out now? No, not yet. Nothing on the Speed Demon. Still not that close to it. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin has found herself a regeneration rune, and she's also picked up an early bottle as well. Most lanes are active fairly passively here. Not much Rishin can do at the moment. Mini obviously jungling, then running into the Magic Immune jungler creeps and getting annoyed because he can't kill them. And it's going to take I think it's going to take a couple of turns before Lich realizes what the hell is going on. In fact, he must have noticed the fact that Nature's Prophet went down there with some wards. In fact, I'm wondering how long it's going to take for Lich to clue into that. In fact, he might have realised now. No, he's just getting ready to deny. Creep, block, and deny. Bandit now, level 3 is actually leveling okay. He's just worried Leshrac, I think he's caught wind. Leshrac is skulking over here now. He's going to wait for somebody to pull the next creep wave. Well, Pinoy has picked up 2 levels of March Machines. Looks like he will be maxing March once again. I was really hoping to see laser and rockets, but it won't. It's not to be. Bandit having to back up again. Wagamama copping a slow there. There we go. There's that bottle for Pinoy. He can start spamming his spells once again. 4-minute rune about to pop up. Are they trying to set up a kill here on Bandit? Bandit not really holding him back just a bit.
Denied.
Denied.
Get there with that laser harass. Meanwhile, 3 in the bottom lane. Looks like they're just going to try and push here. This is where Lich is really going to suffer. He's level 2, doesn't have anything to offer to push his creep wave back. Finds himself a haste room though. I think he's just going to camp that and try and keep Templar Assassin away from it. He's found it. Pinoy now coming to pick it up. Meanwhile, bottom lane being pushed in hard here by Virtus.Pro. We've got a teleport coming. They're moving into defend. Mini's here as well. He's got the Iron Shell as well. He's going to charge in there. Wow, they've got the slow coming in on these two heroes, but nobody's really in position. Although, I take that back. Here's Pinoy. Got the laser in. Going to move up. He's going to throw down March Machines in a second. Although he gets hit there by this electric vortex. Ice Path. They're going to get the first kill there on Pinoy. Pinoy gets picked off. And March Machines not enough to run down Damon. They also get the trap there. They pick off the Chikiro as well. But Mini likely to get taken out. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Oh, that's slightly, actually, rather a 2-for-1 trade. Slightly embarrassing there as Lich does manage to survive all the heroes. But the guys who ganked in there did not succeed at all. And all they picked off in return was the Chikiro, and that's their support. They're not really bothered about that at all. Unfortunately, Tinker waited too long to get the March Machines down. Got caught up in an electric vortex and brought down and focused down there. Smash there, just being harassed though. Bounty Hunter going to drive Bandit back there. See, he's being used there by Fishbone actually to farm up. He's going to burn his bounty. He's like, you know what, Bounty Hunter, you can handle this. Although it seems to be that he's losing somewhat to those creep. Tynan now tracked up. Bounty Hunter, although bottom lane pushes on once again. They picked off the Lich again, managing to snipe him under that tower. Meanwhile, Pinoy camping for the 6-minute rune. Not going to get it though. It's being sent down in the bottom lane. It's an invisibility. And the push still on this bottom tower. These treants being spawned by KSI. KSI level 2 treants. And of course the slow there on the tower. And very nice stuff from NS. Of course, Liquid Fire really effective at pushing. And he's actually going for 2 levels in Liquid Fire, 2 levels in Ice Path, not bothering with Dual Breath at all, which they really don't need it all that much in this situation. Lich is not much of an opponent to try and hold them off.
I thank you.
Gonna go for the tier 2 down. There's the new kid from Lich, also spawning the Iron Shell as well. Checking farm 39 and 14. I mean, things look a little grim at the moment for Pulse. They didn't have the best of starts there. Obviously a slightly faulty double kill there. Templar Assassin also doing well in farm 30 and 12. But we've got to remember the mid game is where Pulse can really snowball out of control. And it's going to come down to how good their ganks and their team fights are. And I think they have some potential there on the ganks. Although we'll see. Which is what is Bounty Hunter building? He's got his early items there, his early phase boots. Nothing really new there, as we see. Now Tinker in some trouble there. Pinoy going to take some damage, throws that laser, does absolutely nothing, although it does actually blind Templar, throws down another slow. The courier, though, shows up in time to snag his bottle before Templar Assassin notices and steals it for herself. I think they might just try and throw in an Iron Shell here. In fact, it's going to bait him in there. There we go. They got the track down. Mel hit in there. They got the slow coming. Can they finish their Shuriken toss? Gets thrown out. A vacuum not even necessary. A bit of a revenge kill there for Rishon. And Jakiro also picking up another kill in the bottom lane there. Lich, this is why I feel Lich is a bit of a poor pick for these suicide lanes. I mean, now that we've got the level 6, see, the thing is, once the level 6 is picked up on Storm Spirit, Lich is, like, there's nothing Lich can do. He's going to get picked off so easily. He's got no ability to dodge, stay back, keep out of the way. Storm Spirit is going to be able to dive after him time after time. And he's going to need so much support down here. We go Lich with a slow there on Ammon. Ammon, though, still has his ult, can just dance out of trouble if necessary. There we go, he's just jumping out. Vacuum is ready on Mini, could go for it. Only level 1 Vacuum though. Drags KSI back. There's the slow once again. How Templar Assassin showing up. She's thrown down the slow track there on Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit running a long manner. Tries to jump in a little way away. Just gets taken up with the Janna. Lich gets knocked out as well. But there we go. Refraction lost there on Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin trying to disengage. She's been tracked up once again. They're going to dive under this tower. Going to keep chasing for her. Hops out another slow. Surging through it though. Mini now charging through. Iron Shell going to do too much damage. Shuriken to finish. And they get the kill. More and more track kills. And it looks like Rishon is going to be the snowball hero that they need to save the day. And actually, Darkseer really playing a part. This Darkseer getting really active. In fact, a lot of Darkseers we see play really passive, just focus on getting their early item farm happening. In this case, Darkseer actually getting fairly active. However, we lose Leshrac in the top lane, gets picked off in a 3v1 gank. Not much you can do about that. And Tinker, on the other hand, again, Tinker not faring too well. Still needs to get his boots of travel up and running. Meanwhile, Lich deciding to go back to the top lane there. Has picked up Chain Frost, actually going for 3 levels in Frost Blast, 2 levels in Sacrifice, or rather Dark Ritual. Actually got changed to Dark Ritual, Sacrifice from Dark Ritual, which is kind of a shame. I feel the old name was kind of cooler, but regardless, they might be able to get a pick off here if Lich can get in here with them. Although it looks like Bounty Hunter's just going to solve Bounty. It's like, you know what, let me just kill this guy because I can. Grecian, kicking ass, taking names. And I was like, you know what, they might be able to kill him. You could kill him. And Grecian's like, you know what, I can kill him. Let me just destroy this guy. This fool hanging out in my jungle. More Airman though, skulking about behind Mini. Mini though has got the level 4 Iron Shell. I don't think Airman really wants to go toe to toe with that. He's actually going to try though. Dives in on top of him. Nature's Prophet. The ult comes through. Doesn't really do a whole lot. KSI shows up. But it just searches away. Mini a little bit too slick there. And now the gank in on mid. Bounty Hunter not going to do any damage though. The burst damage ineffective there against the Templar Assassin. The surge into the vacuum might be enough. They drag her back. She pops up another refraction though. Burst damage doing absolutely nothing. They need to get this Iron Shell in on top of her. A teleport coming. These guys might be doing a little bit too greedy here. Meld Strike, and there we go. Fade War fades into Invis once again, also popping. He's got a old Haster just wearing off as well. Grecian playing a stupid aggressive there. Again though, Lich being picked off. Lich, a bit of a dead weight here. He's going to get off this. He's going to eventually get off one perfect Chain Frost that'll completely decimate the enemy team, and then they'll be like, you know what? Yep, justified. Pinoy just going to spam his March Machines there, going to annoy Triple X. Bandit on the other hand, he has actually probably popped that Ravage and killing off Lich. Lich down here at the bottom, and it looks like they're going for a gank here on Stormspirit again. I just don't know if they can get it, unless they can... If they can bait, I think Wagamama in this case is bait. If they can bait Stormspirit on trying to jump Wagamama, then yeah, Wagamama's going to be in a bit of trouble. Because Bounty Hunter can come out of nowhere and just throw that Shuriken, Janata Shuriken. If Lich just drops his nukes to him, and then obviously Janata Shuriken comes out of nowhere, then they can take him out. KSI, oh no, KSI. Bounty Hunter though, going the wrong direction. He's checking the right camp, just wrong directions. I hear the jump in. There we go. No. They've teleported to mid, and they pick off Tinker instead. I thought that was Lich being picked off. This is where things might sort of start to fall apart. If Rishon spends too much time trying to gank and not finding anything. Although, here we go. He's found something. It's KSI. KSI trying to escape. Not really happy. Though. Actually shields himself up in his tree. He's going to try and teleport out now. But unfortunately, Bounty Hunter finding the distance track through. Attack through the trees. Finishing with a shuriken. And Bounty Hunter now fading back. The Invis as well. As they're also going to pick off Titan now as we see the Pulse Nova there. Oh my god, look at that Iron Shell. Tearing through Jakiro's health. The Mini now surging away once again. Actually surging towards enemy territory. Lich also going to back up the slow there on Mini. Mini still trying to disengage, popping his boots there to heal up. He's got another surge up. He should be able to escape here, although they're actually going to try and turn it around. Templar Assassin, he's saving his mana. He's got Soul Ring in a second as well. Going to pop it. There's that Soul Ring. Throws down the Iron Shell. Probably should have thrown it on the Bounty Hunter instead, not himself. Bit of a misclick there. Refraction still 10 seconds out, but they might be able to get this. Janata Strike, 1 second. There's a slow. This will bring up speed there. Oh, never mind. Shuriken Toss will finish it off. I was about to say, this will slow him down enough for a stun, which wasn't coming anyway. No mana there on Leshrac. And this is now 9 to 10. These teams going at it. I'm going to say most of these dire deaths, so I'm going to say roughly 6 deaths on Lich. Let's have a look. 4. Close. 4 deaths on Lich there. 4 out of 9. Half, almost half of the deaths have been Lich so far. I think they're saying we need wards over here. Yeah, they're worried about wards. There's people swinging around through there. Now Pinoy headed back to mid lane. What has Pinoy actually picked up? Right, let's look at the gold chart. We haven't done that in a bit. It's very even. Oh wow, very very even. The rate keep picking up a bit of steam. I think that's like the track, like a whole bunch of track kills like that. And now they're going to try and pick off I don't think it's going to happen, though. He should be able to escape here. He can probably disjoint, or at least avoid the shuriken toss, rather. Of course, Storm Spirit immune while in flight. And now they will pick off Lich once again. That makes 5. Now Mini actually going to go for a kill. He thinks he can pick off KSI. The Ravage is going to get popped, though, to slow down Mini as well. But here comes Bounty on the ice path as well, trapping Mini. Mini needs to get out. Throws down another vacuum there, but one last auto attack will finish him off. But however, Bounty Hunter going to take a kill with him, gets dusted up now. They're finally going to go for him. As here comes Pinoy. Pinoy's here as well, but there's the ice path to Gush as well. Now he needs to back up here. Meld here almost takes out Bounty Hunter. Fishbone also being slowed here. Now Templar Assassin's turn. She's going to cause some damage. Although Fishbone with Edict and Pulse Nova convincing him to back off instead. And they will trade a Darkseer here, although Track gets thrown down there. They're going to go for Bandit. Can they get the kill? Bandit falls. Ice Path goes out. The slow once again doesn't have an invis there for 10 seconds. Can pop the drums to run. Will he pop it in time there? Gonna pop the boots, pop the drums, jukes into the trees. He's got invis in 1 second, pops the invis, manages to avoid the attack there, goes for the kill, gets the shuriken toss off. Rishon balls to the wall. Does not care. Destroys him. Now they're pinging, I think they're pinging for Nature's Prophet, but however, Rishon knows, goes to teleport out. I thought Rishon would, thought surely he would just hit his invis and run for his life, but no, he turns it around and goes for the kill and gets it against Templar Assassin of all heroes. I mean, that's about the last hero you want to get. It's like, what is that, Dirty Harry or Clint Eastwood? Are you feeling lucky, punk? Did he fire 6 shots or did he fire 5? It's always like that with Templar Assassin. You never know whether or not she's got refraction up her sleeve. We see Darkseer has picked up his mech, also got his Tranquil Boost there. Very durable at this point in time. Also the heal for his team is really nice. I see Tidehunter is also building his team and mech as well. There's KSI carrying the dust, by the way. However, Ammon now does have his Orchid, and that's where things get mean for that's where things get really mean for him. So it looks like he's going to start picking up the heroes, although now he's going to drag another one with an Electric Vortex. However, they will get the kill anyway. And there we go. Storm Spirit calling a pause. I think he's just sitting there to contemplate, how did I die so quick? What the hell just happened there? And Bounty Hunter currently silenced up. KSI going to try and retreat. Now the question is, can anybody teleport in time? No, well, actually Jakiro has a gem. In fact, they're getting so annoyed by Rishon they picked up a gem at 16 minutes in. Now it looks like Jakiro doesn't have a scroll, can't teleport in. Obviously, he's still there. Tidehunter could shop, doesn't have a Ravage, but the Gush and the Anchor Smash might be enough to get Rishon to back off there. As it looks like, no, Iron Shell's going to be too quick anyway. Mini wants to probably avoid getting killed by those treants. And she's got Tranquil Boots, he will be just fine. And meanwhile, top lane again, they're looking for, like, you know, let's kill the only guy we can. Let's go pick on Wagamama. Because we can. See NS here, the gem. Meanwhile, we've got Rishon and Mini pushing the bottom lane, so won't be in support for them most likely. And they're looking for an over the trees ice path here on Wagamama. They know Fishbone's there as well. They get the bottom tower. As they might also be waiting for Storm Spirit, it'll be up in a second. They're thinking about it. They're just waiting. I think these guys might actually know that they know something's up. They're like, hang on a minute. Now I see Bandit's pinging behind the trees there as well. Pinoy finding himself a regeneration rune. Still doesn't have his travels. I think this has not been a great game for Pinoy in the mid. And of course, obviously, he played a fantastic game last match. With, wow, really? Another kill? Oh, okay, yeah, picking off Nature's Prophet. That's going to happen quite frequently. But of course, Pinoy played a fantastic game last match with Marana, and of course, is one of the reasons they did so well that match. Got really nicely farmed up, and it looks like Pulse are deciding to back off from that top lane just a bit. Fishbone now headed out. Oh wow, Fishbone playing a little riskily there, and now we've got the ports coming. Here comes Rishon. Rishon getting the track down there on Bandit. But they do have a gem. I don't know if he realizes whether or not they've got a gem here. They're going to bait him back towards him. In fact, he might get picked off 1v4 here as another track gets thrown out there on NS as well. I think he may have realized something's up there. Or not, because he's coming straight back in. He's going to charge in here. No, gets hit by the Gush. Decides to drop back. I think they're really trying to bait him onto this slow here. They really wanted to come over there. However, of course, if Darkseid still has a surge up his sleeve, then they're ready to go. One of the issues at the moment is Darkseid really doesn't have a whole lot of mana in his pool, and there we go. He's just going to spend his mana there on burning down this creep. But the issue is he's not going to have enough for his wall, his vacuum, as well as his mech. So he's going to be starved here unless somebody can pop arcane boots very soon. In fact, nobody can. Nobody has any. But it looks like it's not going to matter though, because the Radiant side are falling back. They decide they don't want to fight.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Titan's still trying to build his spotted there. Titan are trying to be sneaky, not really working for him. Gets spotted up there by a track. Now we've got Storm Spirit diving in. He's going to throw on Sans. Ravage gets popped out. Here comes a Chain Frost, doing some serious damage there to Tidehunter as well as NS. Tidehunter goes down. That Chain Frost destroying them. They don't quite get the kill there on NS, barely getting away. But it looks like they'll trade 2 for 1, so in the end it works out for them. They've also lost Mini. As now Pinoy now charging in. However, Tinker gets to kill their rockets to the rescue, and they can still see Nature's Prophet. You are not sneaky. Track spotting him up, and they just nuke him down over the trees. In all honesty, there was not much he could have done. Had he just tried to flee on foot, they would have run him down quite easily. He's got basic boots. They've got the track buff. There was not a lot he could do to try and escape there. But in the end, a fairly messy engagement. 2 heroes lost on the Radiant side, 3 heroes lost on the Radiant side, 2 on the Dire, so in the end a bit of a net win there for Pulse. However, we've got to consider their late game is probably not that strong. They need to keep up this level of pressure because late game Bounty Hunter is not that powerful. Not as powerful anyway, so they farmed up Storm Spirit and Templar Assassin. That said, Templar Assassin, 20-minute blink, she's not that farmed. Storm Spirit's doing alright actually. We'll check GPMs there, but the issue of course is for them, see Storm Spirit nearly 400 GPM, but the issue of course for them is the fact that they need to keep this pressure, because you see Bounty Hunter, with this level of money, he can keep the damage rolling, and he's actually gone for a Desolator there, as we can see. Let me bring up the GPM. You see another die, that they need to keep this up. They can't let it go back to an equilibrium. If they let this fall back to equilibrium, then it's going to become problematic for them. But the 5k plus goal lead is definitely helping them out quite a bit. See a 10k plus experience lead, which is also quite helpful. Whoa, okay, that's a big reset there, jump actually. 7.5k gold lead there for Pulse. That's exactly what they want to have. So they're in a good position indeed. And Lich again. Bye-bye, Wagamama. Look at this. 3v1 on Lich, because you know what? We can kill that guy. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. On the other hand, Bounty Hunter's like, you know what? Let me 3v1 and 3v4. Jakiro though actually might not be able to. Jakiro still has that gem, and in fact he's going to go after Jakiro here. Can he snipe him off? They jump in here. Mini's diving in. They get the silence down on Mini. This could be a problem. It looks like they're finally going to kill here on Regen. Gets stuck inside the Sprout as well as the Macro Pie, and they finally get that kill there on Regen. He gets brought down at last.
But it hides from the
And a Town Portal Scroll dropped in the middle of that fray. I think Regen may have actually... No, he did not. Somebody dropped that randomly in the middle of the fight for I don't know why.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think they might have been anticipating needing to pick up the gem. Could have actually been KSI dropping that, trying to get ready to pick up the gem. I think Bounty Hunter probably should have gone for the BKB if he could. His mid game's going to be a little stunned now. He should probably just farm towards the BKB now. At this point, no, as we just saw, he's kind of still vulnerable to mass lockdowns. If he gets the BKB though, as we see Wagamama about to die for the 7th time, I think, although he throws out a good Chain Frost, actually, doing a lot of damage. Ravage though, and unfortunately he will lose Fishbone at the same time, so he's going to have 2 kills there. So this is exactly what VP need to do, keep picking off these heroes, but at the same time, they are not really value, they're not the huge value, of course. Leshrac not that well farmed. It is giving them some nice cash though. They do need this money at any cost. In fact, Stormspirit, if they can get him farmed, he does have the opportunity to overpower the Bounty Hunter. He's Stormspirit picking the ultimate over. This to me definitely says BKB time. In fact, even I said to say Darkseid needs to get that BKB fairly soon. The pipe also definitely necessary. The pipe BKBs, they need to get some defenses against his Ravagers. Stormspirits disables Macro Pies. If they can avoid that, they're probably golden. Nature's Prophet though, he's Midas, 2.1k in the bank. I think he might be going for a Hex as well. See Mini now just farming the enemy jungle. It's missing a life ring here, I think. It's a Ring of Health. triple X there. Just going to scout at the bottom rune. As it looks like Bounty Hunter finding them though, throwing out the track, going to spot up everything. He knows exactly what's going on. And it looks like the Dire, they're ready to fight. In fact, Fishbone diving in deep on one direction there. And now they're going to go after triple X. Not really working though, dodging the ice path. It looks like they're going to dive back in once again. The slow gets thrown, but there's Pulse on Fishbone, unable to get past the Trent's nice little block there. Mini now back into the back, doesn't quite get them inside, though they pick off the Titanoe regardless, and are going to keep charging it. If they can pick up NS and get this gem back, that would be a huge boost for the Dire's plans. Iron Shell charging, there's that crit, 400, gem is on the ground. Do they pick it up? I think they've not managed to notice just... What is Wagamam doing? Attacking a tower for no good reason. They do pick it up in the end, though. Somebody's grabbed it up there, as it looks like he is going to back up. Tinker gets taken out, though, and will buy back in the end. Who's got the gem? Or did they break it? And there we go. Lich has got the gem instead. Stun goes out, only hitting creep. Meanwhile, I think Tinker was probably brought down there by Storm Spirit. Tinker, on the other hand, decided to counter push up the top lane. We'll be back in the mid fairly soon, of course. With travels, he can be wherever the hell he feels like, whenever he's needed. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no, 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 no. Not in the middle of this game. Not this game. Bloody fantastic. I'm still connected to the chat, so I know I'm here. Okay, I'm definitely still connected to the internet. It's not my net that's died, so something on the Dota 2 server's end has shit the bed. We'll just quickly jump over to... Just checking our work channel to make sure it was just me. Okay, nobody else is bringing anything up, so it looks like it's just me who disconnected. Hopefully I should be able to reconnect shortly. Wow, I'm going to be so cut if I can't get back to this game. That was a fantastic... In fact, no, I can. I can actually. If this all goes belly up, what I can do is I could just reconnect from specs and continue casting from there. So not to fear. We won't have to remake it or anything. Hello, Calicot. This isn't looking promising. I'm fairly disappointed. Okay, this isn't looking good. I'm actually just... You know what? Alright. We're just gonna go to the ticket. We're just gonna go to the ticket now. It's crashing. Fantastic. Let it sink. And we shouldn't miss much. I think we'll miss maybe 30 seconds. Because of course the tickets are 2 minutes behind. Okay, watch. There we go. Let's jump in. I think it crashed out about the 23-minute mark, maybe, so we might have missed a little bit, but fingers crossed. Please work. There we go, we're jumping back to this team fight here. I have no idea what's going on, but there we go. Lots of death everywhere. Holy cow, it looks like Pulse came out second best. Just let me free up my camera. Also need to turn off the spec chat in just a second. Pinoy about to fall as well. Something in our oh wow, something went wrong for Pinoy. And Pulse in the middle of that where we were gone. A great counterattack there from the Dire side. I think we've lost a gem again. Oh wow, okay. Of all the heroes to survive, Lich somehow comes out of that okay.
Warriors of the wood.
And now Virtus.Pro on the counterattack. Let's check on the gold chart here. Still a gold lead here for the Dire side, but it's definitely worrisome because they can't afford to fall behind here. So once this gets to around about equal, they start dropping behind. It's going to be very, very hard to climb back on top because of how effective, how much more effective the Storm Spirit is going to be in this late game. As well as, I'm even going to say the Templar Assassin over the Bounty Hunter. I feel like he really needs to get a BKB. I need to calm down and get a BKB ASAP for him. Even Leshrac as well, like both these heroes really, really need BKBs. Going out in the top lane, what has he picked up there? He's picked up his Shivas though. It's going to help him be a little bit more mobile, but definitely. I think Pulse, they need to make a move fairly soon. They need to, well, they need to get this BKB and then they need to make this move. Now, the Aegis is not a bad choice. They can get this farm. They can get this Aegis up. I think we may have Virtus.Pro. Oh, no, wait a minute. They might actually go for this. Ravage is up in 30 seconds. There we go. They're going to track Triple X here. They know exactly what's hiding up there on top of the cliff. Roshan's probably not an option at this point. We're going to have a big team clash here in a minute. That said, they're going to wait. Or not. They're not going to wait. They're going to try and pick up Mini. They can isolate Darkseer and get rid of him. Be a big boost to them, although it doesn't matter though. There's Nature's Wrath coming through, Mech being popped there as well. Slow's going back and forth between the teams. There's Templar Assassin bottling up and popping a regeneration, popping an illusion rune. They're gonna make another run at Rosh. Can they pick him off in time? Storm Spirit's here, the Ravage is up. Ravage is up now. This is dangerous. Especially this Bounty Hunter, very much a glass cannon, all of 1300 health. Not too hard to bring down if he gets hit by a couple of stuns. If he gets hit by Ravage and he gets hit by Ice Path, he's probably gonna die in the fight. Somebody's gonna focus him down at that point in time. Looks like Pulse, they're dead set on getting this Roshan, but I think they might just be trying to bait. They could actually just be trying to bait Virtus.Pro into a bad fight. Templar Assassin though with a BKB now. Really feel like that's the item that Pulse really, really need quite badly. Pause there, alright. So somebody's DC'd or something. Tactical pause, Pulse now ready. I think this is discussing where they should go. Need a timeout to discuss, do we Roche or do we not? Either way, pretty much they're kind of committed one way or the other to a fight. Because if they don't go for it now, the fact that Virtus.Pro now know it's the half health, the Virtus.Pro might even make a run at it themselves. Or they could actually just rotate and push the mid tower at the same time. Storm Spirit still skulking though. And just going to use their... Oh no, Mini getting silenced before he can do anything. It's a knock it off. There's a Ravage. Ice Path as well. Rishon locked down in the Macropire. Rishon already having to retreat. Dust being popped. Getting blocked there for a second. He will get brought down. This is what I mean. BKBs, they must have them. As soon as Rishon got hit by that stun, you saw exactly where the Ice Path from Jakira was thrown. It was on top of Rishon to knock him out. And the Macropire as well. It's just Rishon. It's just NS's job right here is kill Rishon. And they may even get, excuse me, the Roshan kill on top of it. It looks like they will.
Haste!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There we go, wall, and then a vacuum as well. Oh my god, my voice is killing me as it looks like they are going to pick up the Roshan. A nice stall there by Mini, but it's not enough. And he may have actually just wasted the wall completely. Although that said, Virtus.Pro decide not to engage and decide they're just going to back up. Okay, so what has he picked up? Still working towards his Orc. In fact, he's about 40 gold away from getting his hex stick, and there it's coming right now. He's got the Mystic Staff, just waiting on the final bit for it. Somebody's also managing to build up a pipe. Oh my, yeah. If you can't tell, I'm actually a little bit sick at the moment. Oh boy. There's also a pipe pushed up, but that's definitely going to help out against Lich, help out against all these heroes, in fact, Leshrac as well. Leshrac, still only small items. This is not where he really wants to be at this point in time. At this point in time, he really wants to have that BKB up and running. Now, Storm Spirit, now he's starting to get this mana regen. He's really got the speed to farm as well. There we go. 2 hexes, an orchid. This is going to be very hard for any of these heroes. Like, no BKBs anywhere. So many of these heroes are going to get shut down so quickly. We're going to see hexes on Mini, hexes on Rishon, hexes on Tinko, Silencers, that sort of stuff. It's going to be very difficult for them to really get involved in this fight any further. I think here we have a push here from Virtus.Pro. They're looking at a push teleport in there from Nature's Prophet, although they are tracked. They're expecting Bounty Hunter to be around somewhere. It's a decent attempt there, trying to pick him off. I mean, they noticed the track was on someone. They said, you know, if we dust and get the kill on Bounty Hunter, we can go and definitely push for a Rax. We've got an Aegis. There'll be a hero down. And Bounty Hunter most likely won't have the money for a buyback because he's spending his cash there on a Black King bar.
Regeneration.
Storm Spirit though finds himself a regen, has it probably knocked off by Roggies. He was going to jump again and realised, oh, denied. Said though, Pulse, they're not out of it just yet, but this is a hell. They're going to have to make some miracle level plays at the moment. 2.5k deficit and starting to mount against them. They will need to make some very, very high level plays. That or they're going to have to capitalise on some serious mistakes on VP's part. VP, it's their game to lose now. They have the advantage and they can really make it work for them.
Looking for me?
And there we go. Again, Fishbone getting picked off. They can't afford to get isolated like this. Well, he wasn't even really isolated. He's in the middle of 3 heroes, but again, just getting jumped on, getting isolated, getting taken out. Unfortunately, these supports, they're going to go after Fishbone as well as Wagamama almost without a doubt. They're going to try and pick them off immediately before every fight. In fact, Storm Spirit has got the gun, especially if he gets BKB. Next, he'll have the firepower. He can jump in, pop his BKB, jump in, kill the Shroud, kill Lich, and then just jump out. And it'll be a 3v5. Even though still getting farm, NS now picks up his hooded defiance, still working towards the pipe, the full pipe though. Templar Assassin still with a BKB, and Aegis has got 4.5k in the bank, so she's got plenty of money to spend. Oh, mama. Trying to get anything against it. It's kind of poor here. Still carrying that gem though somehow. Hasn't lost his gem. Somebody asking how Virtus.Pro laned. Tidehunter was Suicide solo, Templar Assassin solo mid. They had a dual lane bottom with Jakiro and the Storm Spirit, and then a jungling Nature's Prophet. We see, Ice Path there, doesn't connect. The Minio still trying to get back, but we see their Hexes doing their work there. There's a trap in once again. Doesn't have a vacuum up to cut his way free. Gonna try and teleport out. Ravage gonna prevent that. And now Mini's dead. They've also still got Leshrac down. Leshrac got picked off in the middle of that as well. There's the mech. And now it's a 3v5. I don't think they have no buybacks at all. And this looks like a Rax against Pulse. The question is, will Pulse play on or will they just GG out? Virtus.Pro though, coming in here, gonna try and take out this tower. Should be able to get this. I will be quite surprised if they don't get this tower. Apparently they won't then, as they decided to just get... I really thought they could go for Rax there, but they decided they're just going to go for the outer tower instead. Leshrac is up in 5 seconds now. They should be able to pick off this top tower though. Go fairly easy kill there for them.
Tower has fallen.
Fortunately, Bounty Hunter no longer able to solo everything and anyone in his path, but oh boy, he's got his BKB done now, but it might be too little too late. They've given away their lead. Now a 5k deficit. They're going to need a series of really good team fights now. They cannot afford to make any mistakes. Any mistakes made from now on in are probably going to lose them Raxus more than likely. I said though, Pulse do have an annoying lineup to push against. Of course, Tinker is there, rearming, popping his Shivas, popping his March Machines, spamming. If you can get somebody low, maybe Bounty Hunter can get in there and help burst them down. Well, Pipe is done for Jakiro. Virtus.Pro. Skulking around, Pulse is going to find a kill. I see a blink there, it's on Tidehunter. This is going to make it even harder for Pulse. Their lack of initiation currently is going to hurt. The fact that Tidehunter can open up with the Ravage as well as being followed up immediately by Storm Spirit is really going to cause them some grief. But they're going to find maybe a kill here. Is Ravage up? No, it's not. They could definitely go for a good series kill. There's the first track kill. They bring down Shakira. Tidehunter running for his life. Tidehunter is the next one to drop. They only get 2 though. They only managed to find 2. They're trying to chase after Templar Assassin. However, I don't think they'll find her. She can just blink. There we go. Just blinks away. And without these hard stuns, they need a Hex somewhere in here as well. Without these hard disables, it's going to be so hard to pin down Storm Spirit. He's just going to be impossible to catch at this point in time. And he has the mana regen as well in the pool to keep leaping about.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
In fact, there we go. They're going to snipe off the courier. And they find the gem. Lich though. Oh, okay, they managed to snipe the gen off Jakiro there, and they managed to, well, they sniped the gen off Jakiro, and then they set the courier to retrieve it. Unfortunately for them, Storm Spirit managed to stumble across the courier and pick it off and re-secure the gem. A nice little tower down there by Pulse. Decided to back up as well. Templar Assassin or Aegis should be gone, but she's picked up a Daedalus. She is hitting very, very hard now. They're definitely going to have to take her out in the fight. So they've got 2 really nasty heroes at the moment. Templar Assassin, Storm Spirit, and even Furion. Once he gets farmed, like he's picked up a BKB now.
Damage.
He's doing a fair bit of auto attack damage. He picks up a damage item as well. Like if he picks up a Desolator, that's going to really, really sting. Or even if he goes for something like a Mjolnir, just the attack speed or an Orchid, that is going to become incredibly powerful and vexing to play against. March Machines being spammed once again. Tinker obviously actually playing it safe. Teleporting in or blinking into the trees before teleporting out, but now they're pushing up mid. It looks like Virtus.Pro, they're going to try and end this here. They've got the Ravage up this time. They've got all the heroes with them as well. Nature's Prophet's not too far behind in tow. And Chain Frost, it's up in 5 seconds. They will have their level 2 Chain Frost up. But they're going to need Tinker back. There's the glyph getting popped. Tinker should be returning back to base in a second. There he is, just teleporting back now. And now it's do or die. The stun misses. They are just going to try and knock out this creep, but they might actually just try and chip away this tower from distance and not even really commit to the fight. Nature's Prophet counter pushing the bottom lane at the same time. Looks like Pulse are just going to get held up here in the mid by Virtus.Pro. Virtus.Pro fully tracked up though, pretty much. Pulse know exactly where everybody is. Mini playing very aggressive though. They need to be careful they don't overextend against the Tidehunter with his blink and his Ravage. That could be a death sentence to do that. And Hinoi just counter pushing at the same time. KSI also focusing on the counter push. Both these teams trying to keep the lanes away or up against the tower, obviously. Poor little dead courier, the speed demon there. Now potential engagement, Nature's Prophet. Does he have teleport up? Yes, teleport is ready to go. Rockets being spammed, trying to annoy people, getting to pop back there. You see Tinker. There we go, March Machine spam. Nope. I thought he was jumping forwards, he was jumping back. Storm Spirit jumped back instead. And it looks like they passed over the gem to Storm Spirit just for safekeeping. Bounty Hunter now. Thinking about it, there we go. They're after Mini once again. The silence gets popped down. Mini now jumping back and forth. Playing it a little bit too aggressive now. He's diving back. He gets it back him down there on Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin going to be able to get away though. Blink is off cooldown again. And they keep throwing at the tracks. Very, very ballsy set of play here from both teams. Although at the same time, KSI still steadily pushing this up. And once both creep waves meet, unfortunately, Pulse are going to have to choose which tower they defend. In fact, KSI trying to get all 3 lanes pushing. Pinoy now splitting off. He's going to try and counter push this, but he's got to be so careful. Because now Storm Spirit, they can't see where his track just wore off. He doesn't know where the Storm Spirit is. In fact, there we go. Bounty Hunter's still trying to track stuff up, keep this vision happening. As long as they can keep this vision up, they might be able to keep this happening, keep the push happening, the counter push going. See the Nature's Prophet still pushing this top lane. Thinking about mid there again. Mini about to get picked off if he's not careful. There's the tear. BKB up. Ravage gets popped. Mini's going to get dropped as well. Rockets go in. Mini down. Fires back. Lich dies. Fires back as well. Can they get back into the fight or will they just retreat? Tinker now spamming his rockets out. Can they pick off some kills? Doesn't look like it. The slow there has been too crippling for them to keep up. So 2 free kills there against Pulse. And they're forced to buy back on top of that. They're going to go for Roshan though. I don't know if they can. Tower now being pushed here on the top lane. And I think VP, they're going to guess something's up. When nobody's defending this top tower, they're going to guess something's wrong here in the Roshan pit. There we go. They know something's up. They throw him down. They throw it in the trap. They know that they're now. Marching Machine's being popped as well. Here comes Storm Spirit. He's looking for a steal. He's low on mana though. He needs to be careful. Wall completely wasted. They get the Aegis, but they waste the wall and the top tower taking damage. The Red Dire team needs to get back fairly soon. They're deciding to smoke and run in. They're expecting a teleport defense tower. They're just going to smoke up and rush them. Actually, most of them don't even have teleports there. That's why they're trying to do that. And unfortunately, Tinker is the only one to teleport back and regretting it already. Dies. However, he did have the Aegis there. Storm Spirit low on mana. Do we have a Ravage up? No, we do not. Can they get a kill here? Nature's Prophet gets taken out. Shane Frost in the mix. Can they take out Tidehunter? Shane Frost will bring him down. There's the macro pyre. Leshrac dies, buys back. They lose Lich as well. Buyback there from Nature's Prophet. They take out Templar Assassin. They take out Jakiro. They clean up Tidehunter. They get 4 there. But I don't think it's going to be enough. At the very least, they keep the racks up. But this is not looking good. They keep losing these fights. Just bit by bit. Unfortunately, this is wasting valuable BKB time that Bounty Hunter wants to have pushing towers, not defending them. Just going to check the gold chart. Still fairly even. In terms of well, it hasn't really shifted. It's going back and forth around about the 5k mark in favour of the Radiant. And we have Tinker picking up a Lincoln Sphere. He's really annoyed about these spells being thrown at him. I feel like Darkseer needs a BKB as well. Quite badly.
Damage.
He's actually possibly going for Lincolns instead. That or his own Hex, we'll see. And Storm Spirit now has decided, you know what, I'm going to keep my auto attack viable, rather relevant. He's picked up a Demon Edge. I kind of feel like we might be seeing a Monkey King Bar Breezer get popped out here. Or maybe he feels he's so invulnerable against his line because I don't have any good disables. Maybe he feels, you know what, I'm invincible. I can get a Rapier. I would actually kind of like to see that. We don't get to see nearly enough Rapiers.
Warriors of the wood.
In all honesty, there's not a lot. There's like one stun. There's exactly one disable to lock him down, and that's the stun there from Split Earth, and they just cannot land that with any great ease on him. No teleport back to mid to counter push there. Of course, Tinker handling that. Counter push down on bottom though by the dice. I need to be careful they don't get picked off though. In fact, they might actually. Bounty Hunter now very vulnerable. About to get sideswiped there by. Oh no! Not good for Bounty Hunter. Gets hit by the ice path. Will get taken out. And I don't think he's got buyback left. Oh, he does. Just barely. Skin of his teeth he's got it. However, the other heroes. Mini, on the other hand, is getting picked off left, right, and center. Back there, tries to surge out, dodges the ice path, still running for his life without haste speed. And it looks like they should be able to get away, although there's that slow again. Looks like Storm Spirit can't run him down. There's Tidehunter charging after him. Gonna blink in there, although it looks like he's gonna keep running. He's got back him up. No, 7 seconds away. Gets trapped in those trees. Iron Shell's up. He's in some trouble. Trees disappear, but he will get taken out. And he does not have buyback. It's on cooldown for another minute, and this looks like an incoming Rax. 2 heroes down, although Bounty Hunter can buy back in just a second. Pulse are going to need to have an immaculate defense here. Now they're diving on top of Pinot. Pinot now getting taken and immediately hexed as well as Soul. Almost silenced. The Ravage gets popped out as well. Nico Rishin now going to die as well. Pops the BKB. Going to go toe-to-toe. Immediately backs up. Realizes he can't go toe-to-toe with that physical power there. His BKB not going to save him. And this looks like the end here for Pulse. The Glyph's just going to delay things a little bit, not by much. Now the dump in there, there's an... Oh no, look at that meld hit on Leshrac. Leshrac just melts. And there we go. The Chain Frost doing pretty much nothing in that situation, mostly just hitting creep. Melee Barracks in the bottom lane will be the first one to get knocked out.
Dire's bottom barracks have fallen.
Here we go. They're also just going to immediately rotate the top lane as well and sweep this one. Popped out there. It looks like this will have to go to a third match. VP going to tie this one up 1-all. As again, Rishon getting picked into one about these disables and the fact that he just cannot handle Storm Spirit in the late game at all. He's just so mobile. There we go. Second Rax down.
Dire's top barracks have fallen. Dire's top barracks. Dire's top
And here come the
barracks
Megas on
have
top of that. So
fallen.
guys, we'll be going. Stay tuned. We will have a 5-minute break in between matches. We will be going into a third game shortly after that.
Dire's middle barracks
Is here a time rating? What? I have no idea what NS is talking about. Anyway, so we'll be going to a third match fairly shortly. So stay tuned for that. It will be a short break, and then we'll go into that. So congratulations though to Virtus.Pro, definitely pulling this one back nicely. Looks like they really just came down to the fact that once they had a couple of items, they had the BKBs, once they got the Hexed out as well, there was just nothing that Pulse could do. Without their own BKBs, they were forced into a corner, not let out. They needed to push harder, push faster, and just keep the pressure on them. In the end though, Virtus.Pro, they cracked out. They managed to find a gap to break out. They managed to do so quite nicely. And in the end, congratulations to them. They did it very well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But Game 3 could go either way. We've seen great things from both teams. I should mention that these teams have clashed once in the last month, and was for Starladder and Pulse, they were the victors, so keep that in mind. Waiting for the in-game screen to pop up. And hopefully this will work out properly, without any server crashes or anything.